Say, Mike, on the way home today, in preparation for our much anticipated return to YouTube.
Much anticipated.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you
Mhm.
anticipated. I anticipate.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else, I'm not too sure if they've
Not too sure.
anticipated or not, but
Yeah, exactly. So, um, anywho, on County Road 6 here, coming home,
mhm.
about 50 yards ahead of me, I'm like, oh, something is emerging from that ditch. Whoa, that's not a deer. Whoa, that's not a dog. Damn it, Mike. That was a bear. About
You
50
saw a bear.
saw another bear, man, about 50 yards in front of me, just loping across the road. And it's like, whoa. I mean, it's always cool to see a
Yeah,
bear.
it is.
But I wanted to say this in regards to that experience. Not for 1 nanosecond did I confuse that bear for a Sasquatch. I want to make that very clear.
Hmm.
There was no doubt in my mind, my feeble mind, that that was indeed a bear. It was on all fours. They have a very, very unique loping gait.
Like a Bigfoot.
Was it on 2 feet? No.
But maybe it was a Bigfoot that was pretending to be a bear. It's kind of like a, you
Like
know,
a practical joke that he was trying to pull on
yeah.
people.
Here comes Patrick. Watch this.
Yeah. Get on all fours, Harry. Come on, get on all fours. Okay, here we go. Toop, toop, toop. And I will say the snout, very bear-like.
hmm
You get what I'm saying, Mike.
I
It
do.
gets a little ridiculous when very sincere people come forth with their Bigfoot sightings, and then a pseudo skeptic will just say, "Nah, you saw a bear.
Yeah. He was walking on his hind legs across the road.
He was not only walking on his hind legs across the road, he was walking on his hind legs up a sheer cliff on a mountainside covered in ice." Um,
Carrying a beehive full of honey.
right. Yeah, kind of silly. I mean, it was really cool seeing that bear. It was a black bear. It wasn't ginormous, but when it comes to bears, they're all big.
Yeah, it's still cool. I seen a couple when I lived out there, and that it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So no mistaking here. I was pretty sure that was a damn bear. So, hey, Mike, it's good to see you. We have returned to our fast track series. Yes, indeed. In case you didn't know that, Mike, this is the return to our
Yeah,
fast track series. So, episode, I don't know, 6, 7, doesn't matter.
let's
Yeah,
make it an even 10.
making it even 10. That's how many attempts that we've had on several
Yeah,
episodes before
exactly.
things went to shit and back. And sorry, I swore twice now. Damn it! Now YouTube's gonna throw us off for our vulgarity, right? No, they won't. They won't. As per usual, we have not prepared one iota.
Well, we have a couple of minutes beforehand.
That's true. That's true.
We
Again,
threw out some suggestions.
I mean, it's so important to make sure that not only is the video of the highest quality, that we are. This is Sunday, and we are in fact wearing our Sunday best. Well,
Yeah,
are you? I'm not.
I'm wearing a dark blue T-shirt that has in black letters Zen on it that you cannot see because they're both dark.
Stand up and show our viewers, Mike. Come on, stand up. Let's
Look,
see it. Or, well, don't hurt
oh,
yourself.
there you go.
There it is.
Yeah, well,
Very cool.
it was a kind of shirt that I had to order offline, on whatever, online, whatever. But
Wow.
and you could actually choose the color of the shirt and the lettering. And boy, I thought this was gonna be a great combination, but no, it.
What is it? You can barely read it.
What's that on your shirt?
Pen? Pen? No.
Yeah.
So I guess that would qualify as our moment of Zen right there.
Yes.
Maybe.
Everything's quiet, Zen-like.
Ooh. But we have the highest quality video here known to man. I mean, it looks like we're sitting in everyone's living room right now. We're sitting right on their lap as they're
Yeah,
standing
especially
up
if it's on the big screen.
especially if it's on the big screen. I mean, they can look right up our nostrils, just like I stared up Chip Coffee's nostrils. So, I gotta love Chip Coffee. Open invite for him to come back on the Paranormal Zone anytime.
Every time you say that, I look right over to my left, and there he is.
There he is. His smiling gaze, his hypnotic smiling gaze.
He's got a very pretty smile. It goes well with his scarves.
It does very much so. But again, to go along with the highest quality video possible, we have prepared as much as possible. We are professional podcasters. After all, we've been doing this for over a decade. You'd think we'd get better. Hey, this is what you get.
Well, we have gone through transitions. I don't know if it's been better.
Very,
Some has.
I just said very many. Yeah, very many transitions, or just many. It's a little redundant when you say very many. Just say many. Mike's looking. He's like, okay, just shut up. Now.
There's many, and then there's a lot of many. That could
There's a
be
lot of many.
described as very many.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for saving me right there.
Yeah.
Mike, we're talking alien abductions.
Yes,
I threw it out there.
it's a great subject, and it happens all over the world, probably every day. So many that we don't even hear about, and will never hear about.
Perhaps right now at this very moment. You know,
Mhm.
you never know. You never
People
know.
go missing and never come back, as well.
Well, as we normally do, we're bantering back and forth before we started recording. I said, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with some of these, not necessarily scientific explanations for what people may, in fact, really be experiencing aside from alien abductions, because I figured that'd be a good starting point for our dive into this conversation.
Yeah, there's the scientific explanation. There is the skeptic, and then there's the pseudo skeptic,
No skeptic, yes.
and then there's people like us, and then there are the people that have actually experienced it.
There are people like us, yes. It's a scary thought. There are more out there. Well, the one that I want to throw out there right away. This is a really interesting article. But it says, I skipped a lot here. It says, however, one characteristic that is associated with abduction experiences. Let me backtrack a little bit here. They do make it clear here. It's several studies have reported that alien abduction experiencers, do not typically differ from non-experiencers when it comes to objective psychopathological measures. So there's nothing that puts them on the pedestal of goofiness, I guess.
Right.
They're normal people, basically, is what it's saying. But however, one characteristic that is associated with abduction experiences, according to this report, a proclivity, say that 5 times fast. Proclivity for fantasy. Mike,
a penchant for fantasy.
I like that. Your French background came out there just out of nowhere.
It did.
That was nice. A penchant for fantasy. Oh, that's the name of this episode now. A penchant for fantasy. So what? Okay, this is our jumping off point here, Mike.
Okay.
Your thoughts on that being a possible explanation for someone's alien abduction experience? Simply a proclivity for fantasy.
Well, of course, there's people that live in a fantasy world. There are people that wish they lived in a fantasy world, and there are people that, just maybe have to have that attention, and they throw that fantasy out, and it's all either psychologically a whirlwind in their mind, or they're just having fun making it up. I don't know.
Having fun making it up, yeah. Yeah, maybe another penchant for trickery. A penchant. God dang it! I gotta stop saying.
And for attention, for
attention, yes.
A book deal, possibly
a book deal. Absolutely. I mean, we have to throw that out there, of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure there are several reports that are absolute BS.
Yes.
That definitely can be relegated to the penchant for fantasy. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to say that. Hopefully. Mike's squinting at me in disbelief.
It's kind of like the Bigfoot I saw at summer camp that one year. Remember that story?
Absolutely, the Iceman.
Something, yeah.
Right. Mike paid his hard-earned lawn mowing money, and he stood in line. How long before you got to go?
Oh, gee, I don't know. It was a long time.
It was a long time. Some other theories here, Mike. And yes, I apologize. I'm looking over here, but I have to. Otherwise, I would hold my reference material like right here, and then people won't be able to see my scrumptious face. I just said scrumptious.
Don't ever say that again, pertaining to your face.
Okay.
Or any other part of your body in general.
Right. Oh, thank you. Thank you for making that very, very clear. Also, another explanation is that when people believe that they have had an experience of alien abduction, they have simply misinterpreted, distorted, and or conflated real and or imagined events. So again, it's kind of an imagination gone wild.
Mhm.
Perhaps they had a very, very vivid dream. We've all had those dreams where we swear it was real. You have to look at that as a possible explanation
Exactly.
for sure. I mean,
It could have, yeah.
how many abductees still say that? They still wish they could. They wish they could say it was simply a dream, but they
Mhm.
know that it wasn't. You
Yeah.
know, it was just too much of an experience in reality, Mike. That's I'm not quite so sure you and I would enjoy,
Exactly.
especially when it comes to the reproduction part.
Unless they had like a 2-liter bottle of RC cola and a
Oh,
ho-ho on the plate of donuts.
RC Cola. Okay, that's very specific. RC Cola and a ho ho. Is that what you
Uh,
said?
yeah, I love RC cola,
Is
but
that what you're?
I drink. No, I'm drinking water actually. Nice cold
Oh,
water. I've been
okay.
drinking water every day a lot lately.
Very good. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. My obnoxious bantering, my obnoxious rants and raves that
Yes.
try and get you to drink more and more water. Maybe it's started to stick a little bit.
Yeah, and very little pop,
Very little.
soda or Coke wherever you're from.
Yeah, we say pop here in old
We do.
Minnesota. So we've got hyperactivity when it comes to imagination, proclivity or fantasy, misinterpretation.
It
What
was a
else do we have?
fly on the windshield when I was driving, and I thought it was a UFO.
A very static UFO. It
Yeah.
was right there. It was following us.
Funny thing, I turned on the windshield wipers and it left.
It was gone. It left a little bit of residue somehow. Another study might suggest, well, I should say another suggestion from these studies dives into the neuropsychological.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of these neuropsychological theories include sleep paralysis. I mean, we've talked about this several times. Yeah, sleep paralysis here says a temporal lobe sensitivity. Now we all know what sleep paralysis can be. I know people who have suffered from this, and it's absolutely terrifying.
I've had it happen very few times, and it is very, it's terrifying.
It's basically a feeling of being conscious, but you're unable to move.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, a lot of alleged paranormal activity can be possibly explained by sleep paralysis. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you hear about the succubus, Mike, the incubus,
Mm-hmm.
those damn pesky night hags.
Yes. Wood ticks and such.
Oh, the paranormal wood
Would
ticks.
just suck everything out of you. I hate that.
I hate.
Anyway.
Don't even say it. I just pulled another big fat one off of Beagle's neck the other day. It's like Beagle's my dog, everybody, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
some dude in my house that I pull ticks off of randomly.
Was it big and fat and plump and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Nasty.
That gross. They gross me out anyways.
Yep.
But when they're fully engorged.
Yeah. They turn white.
I shared this story before on the podcast. I'm sure people don't care to hear it again. At one time last summer, I saw something on our floor. And I was like, what the hell? It looked like a grape. And then it started moving. And I'm getting closer and closer to it, and I could see it was just inching its way along the ground. I was like, ah! I mean, it literally got so full and engorged and fat that it fell off.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that. That happened to
Not fun.
Mishka not too long ago. I tried to pull it off, and it did fall off, and it landed on the floor, and it was just nasty.
It's not fun.
It fell on its back, and you can see the tiny little legs going. It's like trying to grab hold of something to flip itself over. I picked it up with a tissue, or actually
Say it again. Say it that way.
a square of toilet paper tissue. Picked it up and I dropped it in the toilet, and
Away it went.
I was so afraid it was going to pop when I picked it up.
Now, little do you know, like that wood tick is actually still alive and growing to humongous sizes in the sewer system of Enderlin, right? Just like those old alligator movies. That horror movie. Was it simply called Alligator?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
makes
so.
sense.
This gigantic tick will come up through somebody's
Yeah.
toilet and
Oh,
grab onto their grab onto their hemorrhoid and just go to town. Oh wait,
we're
this isn't
talking alien abductions here.
yeah. Well, you know,
Well, I guess a fully engorged wood tick. I guess when you kind of look at it at an angle, it does kind of look like a gray's head.
yeah.
Okay,
All
done.
right,
So
we got to go. We got
we
to.
got to go. Yeah. Um, Getting back to sleep paralysis, Mike, experience some of the similarities between sleep paralysis and the claims that abductees or alleged abductees claim to experience include, like we said, the sense of being awake, not being able to move, being aware that you are not dreaming, a realistic perception of your environment. You hear how many abductees claim that they are fully aware of what's happening to them. They
Mhm.
see any number of different beings in what's the classic example, Mike? The bright white room. It's like the most pristine medical facility known to man or in the
Mhm.
universe. If it's a female abductee, perhaps they might have some of their eggs removed, and for interbreeding, right, Mike?
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Create some new species of alien human hybrid. For men, there are how many stories? If anyone's interested, go look up Bud Hopkins. He is one of the
Mhm.
most renowned alien abduction researchers and authors. He passed away many, many years ago, but
He
man, he
did
has so many awesome books. Intruders is right up there in my personal collection, documenting one family's personal history of alien abductions over a course of years
through hypnosis,
through
learning.
hypnosis.
Yeah.
They retell their tales. They're not happy tales. Um,
No.
some men claim to have been who claim to have been abducted, basically say they are raped by female aliens, Mike.
Mhm.
Again, it's all coming back to this, I don't know, some grand scheme, whether you buy it or not. Mike and I are open-minded to it. Of course, we're not going to lean either way. Maybe their species is dying out, Mike, and they're desperate to save their own selves, and so
Yeah. Or trying to save ours.
maybe they're trying to save ours. Well, if they're going to try and save us, why do they have to terrify us? I mean, these people who experience this for the most part are traumatized
Well,
for
it's
their life,
starting out. It's starting out on a good, strong basis, I guess. Fear. I don't
right?
know. I
Right.
don't know.
Well, fear is, man, that talk about a motivator for many, many different things. Fear is
Yeah.
definitely one of them. More common similarities: a feeling of pressure on the chest, difficulty breathing, being held or restricted to a lying position. I mean, and so on and so forth. Now, one skeptic here is quoted. I won't share his name. Whether he's a pseudo skeptic or not, we do not know. But it says here that skeptic once collapsed from sleep deprivation following an 83-hour bike race, and his support team then rushed to his aid. This gentleman was caught in a quote waking dream, and so perceived them, the people who were helping him, as aliens from the 1960s television series The Invaders. So,
Ah,
are you familiar with that show, by the way, Mike? The
I
Invaders.
am
Oh, okay.
somewhat. Yeah.
Thank you for
It's
that. Now, Mike, the purpose of our fast track episodes is to keep them short and sweet and condensed. Um, are they focused? Sometimes. Was today's episode focused? Perhaps. That's up to the viewers'
yeah.
opinion, their decisions. But Mike, let's wrap this up here because, again, our fast track episodes are kind of condensed, shortened versions of the Paranormally Zone podcast itself. We dive into much more detail, have a hell of a lot more time to talk about stuff and other crap that's totally unrelated to the podcast.
Crap.
Not crap. Okay, good crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but you totally buy into, Mike. Let's wrap it up on this. You're sitting on that proverbial, believe it or not, fence. Okay. I think I can answer for you that you are a believer in the alien abduction phenomena. You think that something has been going on for decades, possibly centuries, possibly since man existed.
I am very confident of something going on. Yes.
Now, I'll throw this out at you. In your mind, why is this happening? Come on, Mike, lay it on us. This is important. We got
This is
tens and
my
tens of people watching.
this is in my mind.
Right.
Correct. Well, I do like the idea of some intervention of saving or advancing a species. I don't know.
Perhaps
There's
affecting our species while at the same time helping their own.
yeah, that it's something along that line. I was also thinking that you hear the theory of the alien race that is they've lost out on a lot of um, what makes them survive on their planet. Their breeding is not working correctly or whatever. They cannot procreate.
They can't.
So
They can't sustain themselves anymore.
right, are they coming here to you know prolong their species and maybe advance it? Or I don't know if it would be advancing if it was intertwined with human beings, but I don't know.
Right, yeah, that
But
might be a step down for them. Probably is.
yeah, but are they from the future?
Oh
Are they
gosh,
future human beings that have come back?
I've always loved
Yeah,
that possible explanation as well, that they are in fact time travelers.
right.
They are versions of us, eons and eons down the road, perhaps. Centuries for sure, thousands of years. You know, believe what you will or not, but there are
Mm,
several who believe that we have evolved from apes. Um, so who's to say that we are still evolving? Who's to say that we aren't, I should say, and that these grays, these damn bulbous, large-headed creatures, that's our
Budging
future,
head.
Mike. That's our future. I mean, I've always been intrigued by that theory. There are so many possibilities out there, so many head scratchers. I definitely am open to the possibility that this is a very real phenomena for
Mhm.
sure. There's no doubt that thousands upon thousands of people are experiencing something terrifying that is unexplainable. No doubt about that. But what is at the root cause for that? I mean, maybe someone out there knows. Maybe
Yeah.
someone knows for sure. Maybe several higher ups out there might know, and you know
Yes.
what I'm referring to. Uh,
Hmm.
we're along for the ride, no pun intended. I mean, I don't want to go on a spaceship right now.
Oh, I
Against
I
your
would
will.
love to.
Well, yeah, against your will.
Not against my will.
Mike
I
just lays down, sprawls out on his bed. He's like, "Take me,
yeah.
let's go." No,
Oh, there was a time in my life where I actually did do things like that. Like just take me away. I try to focus concentration straight up like a beam of light into the
yeah,
stratosphere as a beacon, a signal for where to come and get me.
come get me. Exactly. Yep.
I'm not that I don't now, but there was a time.
There was a time. Yeah.
There was a
Mike,
few times,
Mike was
a
fla-
number of times.
Mike was flashing his own SOS signals
Hmm.
towards the sky
Yeah.
decades ago. He would climb the nearest water towers to get as high up there as he could to make it as easy on them as possible. But
Yeah.
oh, Mike, I know you're joking, but hey,
I know. Yes.
we have to wrap this up. It's called Fast Track for a reason. Thanks for joining me, Mike. We hope you guys enjoyed this quick condensed version of the Paranomaly Zone podcast. Again, if you enjoy the podcast, if you're a subscriber or a listener, if you're new to the program and you enjoy what you got, no better way to support us than to give us a shot on our Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month. No obligations. You don't like it, you can leave. We had a guy sign up for about 6 hours, and I'm not kidding. Then he left.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Well, it was a quick decision for him if he wanted to stay on or not.
that's exactly. So, hey, you can make your own decisions, right, Mike?
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
well, thank you very much, everybody. We wish you all the best. Until next time, Mike. Until our next, even more highly anticipated return to a YouTube. What do our paranormal pals need to do?
Peace out.
Okay.